Welcome back to Captain DLC Gaming. We just made it up to the gold ranked status in the arena here. And we are switching gears. We use mono green to get us here, just to have a quick turnaround, churn out some games, aggressive deck. So we're making the switch back to Sharknest to see here at the gold ranked in the current meta if this is a viable deck. So this is a keepable hand for sure. Shark Typhoon in our opening hand, hoping to get into Nest. We've got what we need for a land base. It looks like we're going up against Rogues and the version with Loris. We'll see where this takes us. Let's go ahead and play out a swamp. And let's take the early removal here on the Enforcer. I've been meaning to play more of this deck. I feel like I play it at face level, and I think that there's some complexities in the deck that I'm missing in a lot of my plays. So trying to think several turns ahead, it definitely helps to know the meta that you're up against, make the right decision, because this is definitely not a reactive deck to play. You definitely want to be thinking a few turns ahead of your opponent with this deck. Sometimes you have to take some hits along the way. But so far, we're just playing good removal. Trying to keep our opponent off of their game plan to buy us the time to get our game plan going. Ruin Crab, actually, I'm not disappointed to see that. That doesn't really bother me at this point. We will eventually need to deal with that, but right now we're feeding lands into our graveyard. So right now we need to find Nest. So for this turn, we're going to pass the turn and hold up Denial if they play something that needs to get countered. No land drops from the opponent. We get a free turn there. That's fine for us. Go ahead and stir the deck. The library stirred up a little bit here and get another land out. So we'll go blue on this first one, black on the next one for our passages here. And then we'll again pass the turn, hold up Denial. We can rain at the end of our turn. I'd rather have our combo going for that. So this is going to be turned on coming in. We already have 8 in our graveyard. I don't know. Opponent's down to 3. Is this a Denial situation? Let's try it. I think we go for it here. With no plays on the last turn by the opponent. Keeps them off of his Zagrath play. They continue to fill our graveyard up to 12. We keep drawing land. I don't want to draw another land, so we're going to play an untapped land here. We're one turn away from hard casting Typhoon. Actually, can I pull that back? I don't want to auto pass here. I think maybe I do. That only leaves 2. Do I want to buy back the Gantha? Or not buy back, but get it into the hand. That only leaves me 2 mana up. Otherwise, I'm using Rain. Yeah, I think we do. Let's go ahead and do that. We have to take a turn off here, but we might need to get a creature on board. End of the story comes down to the opponent. Short. So knowing that our next play is going to be the potential hard cast to Shark Typhoon, if we're lucky and we get into the nest, then we're hopefully going to do both. I want to place down another crab, so they are in the mill. Heavy deploy. Do they have anything else to do? They got 4 other mana up. And they pass the turn. Okay. Okay, another rain. That's fine. Extinction event would be really nice here before we start making sharks. 19 in the graveyard, so we got all that we need in the graveyard. Excuse me, I wouldn't mind getting rid of the crabs that are there. Let's get a swamp. And I think here we're just going to hardcast Typhoon. And see if we get punished with counter magic. The opponent does have 3, 4 open. Okay. Actually happier to see the Enforcer there than a counter spell. We're at 20 life, so we've got some time to deal with the Enforcer. Is the opponent going to double spell here? Roping out. Using a timeout. Alright. Hopefully the opponent isn't having technical difficulties. Always like to assume the best case scenario, that they're not just roping for no good reason. And so far they've been an active participant in this game. Timeout will force the pass here on the next one. Having 2 Rain of Revelations in our hand is really good after the Typhoon. We definitely want to go digging for Nest. And then they cling to dust right at the end of the rope. Okay, that's a little special. Thanks for that, opponent. Just needed some time. We are playing with sleeves, and these are the extra life sleeves that I picked up in the arena. I believe they were $4 plus taxes, and all the proceeds go to a good cause for children's hospitals. So I thought, hey, why not $4 for a sleeve to support a hospital for kids? They are still available for at least one more day. So if you feel like throwing $4 at some cool sleeves, it's an overly cute version of a Johnny, I believe is what they're going for there. That is in the arena for you to purchase if you so desire. Alright, our opponent, a big fan of the rope. And do we rain on our turn? No, I think we want, well, Death Touch is going to take care of it one way or another. Let's. Yeah, we don't want a Gigantha, so let's pass the turn. Leave everything open. If they attack with the Enforcer, we might go ahead. We can't double spell, but we might just go ahead and use Thirst, knowing that with the Death Touch, we're throwing away a blocker. That's a little bit greedy. We might want to see more cards, but I think the more valuable play is maybe next turn playing Rain on our main phase. There's an argument that we could play Rain here and then potentially double spell on our opponent's next turn with Thirst and Rain. But we'll see. Opponent definitely taking their time on the rope every time now. That's a little interesting. Oh, and they rope to the beach will take the victory, I guess. Not sure what was going on there. If they Opponent just they want to play against Shark Typhoon, or maybe they're having computer problems, technology issues. So we'll take that win. We'll get some prizes. That's always good. And let's jump into another game here and see if we can play one out to the end. Didn't really get a good view of what the deck was going to do there, although we were going to be able to churn out the sharks and fill our hand with plenty of cards. So I expected to see the nest in short order there. It was right where we want to be. Being able to double, triple spell on our turns and just flood the board with sharks. Being able to have the removal early game last time was definitely key for us. Got a few key cards off of the battlefield. And this is an opening hand that I'm not super stoked about. 2 Shark Typhoons, a little excessive. Only 2 lands. 2 Heartless Act can definitely be good early game if we get another black. But I think we have to mull that away. We'll take this. It's full of lands. Extinction Event we definitely want. The early removal with Heartless Act is hard to throw away, but Tome's better for us. We definitely need to dig through our deck and have our mind on the future. So I think we throw away Heartless Act here. Use Maze Mind Tome to dig through our deck, and then hope that they cast creatures that either are odd or even, so we can board wipe. Crack the Evolving Wilds to start here. And we'll go ahead and get our green source. Because we have 2 black and 2 green, or 2 blue, at our disposal here. All untapped lands, which is good. And we're against probably some sort of spells matters here. So let's go ahead and play an island, get the tome out. We draw into a second tome, so we'll be able to do plenty of scrying. Oh, negate. Alright, yeah. Should have thought about that. Turn 2 negate, that's the thing. Don't need that stop anymore. Midnight Clock, okay. And we're going to get a little flooded here. Put our stop for our upkeep. Scry away from lands and get some action here. Take the scry on instep. Whirlwind Denial. That's actually a really tempting keep here based on the deck that we're playing. Yeah, here I think we just go ahead and draw the extra card. So we know we want the denial we put in hand, and then hope that the deck gives us something good here. More lands. We don't have any 2-drops we're worried about. So we'll play the Evolving Wild. And stir the library once again. Yeah. We'll get a swamp. Opponent's happy to slow play. Crank up the clock. See what else that they're up to here. Oh, whoops, we forgot to set our stop. But Midnight Clock saves us here. Yeah, let's go ahead and draw again. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, another tome, which isn't terrible. We'll play blue. And I think at this point, make sure to put our stop there. It's tome or hold up denial. I think at this point, let's hold up denial. Let's see if they're going to actually cast something. Opponent really hasn't done much besides just run the clock right now. Literally. Okay. They're not going to do anything. Yeah, I think we just keep drawing. Oof. More land. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely ridiculous. The amount of lands that we're getting here. Yeah, let's go to main phase. It really doesn't matter what we... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we won't have to discard here. I think here we go ahead and get another tome out. Just make sure we can keep filtering through our deck, because we've got no action here. We are up to 6 lands, so we could hardcast Shark Typhoon. Clock about to go off here, which isn't of any major consequence, except for, the opponent's going to be well ahead on mana here. So, refresh them back to a full grip. Oh, yeah. And they get a Shark Typhoon down. So, opponent might outvalue us here for sure. Full grip of what I'm expecting to be plenty of spells. Denial's probably good for us here. Yeah, we'll just keep drawing cards. We could throw away a land if need be. There's rain, but we want our own Shark Typhoon here. So let's go ahead and play out Pathway, another land. We'll hold Extinction Event for sure. Yeah, I think there's nothing to do here besides pitch a land and they go. With that much mana, our Whirlwind Denials are not fabulous. It'll work here, though. Man, just so many lands. Come on, we need some action. Right now I guess we could go digging. That's probably what we should be doing here. And that is what we shall do. Let's feed the graveyard. And do we dig main phase? It does leave a denial up. It's going to be a lot of discard action. Let's pass the turn. Let's do the digging on our opponent's turn. The Royal Scions. Oh, we can't denial that. I don't even know what that does. Draw a card, discard a card. Okay. Target creature gets +2 and gains first strike and trample till end of turn. Yep. We do have Blend Chief's Thirst to take care of the Planeswalker, if need be.
My plan is crystallizing.
Okay, Lantern. Oh. Oh man, and they can still pay for. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that resolved. They're gonna get rid of our graveyard. That's gonna be a problem for us. Didn't think anybody was still playing Lantern. They don't do it beforehand. As soon as we play the Titans Nest, they will get rid of our graveyard for sure. Yeah, let's just start digging. Land. And now we rain. And we discard a card. And we draw a card. Alright, so we got Shark Typhoon, which we can hard cast if they don't have removal. We get rid of the Scions here. Can we afford both? Yeah, we cast it this way. Alright, cross your fingers. Yep. Actually, knowing that they had both. Wait, I don't think we can do that 2-drop. It's a 3-drop. Dang it. So we can't do both. We can kill a shark, but that really doesn't help us out here. Yeah. Brutal. We're getting beat at our own game here. Yeah, should have went after the Royal Scions and held the shark. Should have been more patient. I think definitely with this deck it requires a bit of patience. You have to ignore the fact that you got 7 damage coming across. We do have 28 life. So that might have been a bit of a punt on my end. Trying to make sure that I get the Shark Typhoon out. But at this point the opponent's so ahead on mana. Okay, so now we see the nest. And then I bet you we see a activation for the lantern. What will that leave us? So at 4. Okay. So let's do it this way. So we can actually triple spell here, I think. If I'm doing my math correctly. So let's go for... Oh no, we can't. I'm not doing my math correctly. If this gets through. And it does. So we'll snap off the nest. Okay. So we'll use the nest while we can. Do we go dig for Shark Typhoon? We can't cast it this turn. I was thinking Extinction Event, that might be a little hasty. But we'll go for it. Okay, then we'll leave up blue. Yep. We'll respond to the trigger here. I'd much rather have that shark in play before we rain, but I think we go ahead and rain here while we can. And we discard an island here. $27 cards still in the library. We got another Extinction Event, which is good. Triome we can cycle. But honestly, without our own Shark Typhoon, we're kind of in trouble here. And our opponent has double Typhoon now. Alright, that's a problem for us. Yeah, we actually want to draw that. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. All of this is null and void without Shark Typhoon. If we've only seen one, bother. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of the shark. It puts a card in our graveyard. If they cast another Planeswalker, we'll regret that. Another nest really doesn't do us any good except give us another look at our upkeep, which is arguably valuable. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They have another lantern. Of course they do. No cast of anything by the opponent here. We got nothing really to do either. Yeah, Serpent. Let's see, what do they have? 7? Yeah, actually, we're going to put that in the library here. If we put it in the graveyard, they can exile it. Or, I mean, I guess we could respond. No, it's sorcery speed. So since it's sorcery speed, we can't respond to the trigger if that were to be the case. Extinction Event feels too hasty here. So we're just going to pass. Slow and steady wins the race here. We'll be looking to flash in the Serpent if we can. If it sticks, I'll be really happy. We can make it unblockable. I'm going to force them to come up with a solution for it. We're going to take 2 in the air here. And worst case scenario, we're going to get the Royal. Sure. They just bounce it back to my hand. it gets countered here, I was hoping for Shark Typhoon off the top. We'll still hope for that. Oh, they use it to draw a card. Alright, they're not worried about exiling our one card. That totally makes sense. Let's try to flash it in. See what happens. Come on, Lochmere Serpent. Save the game for us. Nessie. Loch Ness Monster. And we get scattered. Actually, we can push it through. So let's... That is a really great denial situation because we also deny the trigger. So that is the first time I've played Whirlwind Denial with a bunch of abilities on the stack. Oh, they still get the... Oh, it's ability, not... Ability opponent unless there's 4. They still got the 2. Alright, whatever. Okay, wow. Did I call it or did I call it? Let's go for Sharknest. Resolves. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves us a black and a blue. Shark Typhoon, hard cast. I mean, our opponent's still ahead on value here. And then what we do is sacrifice an island. And we get in 7 damage here. Because we gotta. We passed the turn. Whew, that was some math. So we have the one card we need to Heartless Act if we want to take that route. Should have thought about the fact that the Extinction Event's not good for us here because we have to claim even. And our Serpent is even. What? Shatter Skull smashing for not quite enough. Oh, they're gonna double spell here. Okay. Interesting choice. Oh, yeah, that's actually smart. So they use the Dragonfire. The reason they didn't just smash it to death and they used the Dragonfire is to exile it. So that was a good play by the opponent, for sure. And we're going to get hit by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to accept that damage here, because we're just going to event on our turn. And let's just start there. Even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we Serpent now. While the opponent doesn't have mana to deal with it. Opponent have all the removal they need whenever they need it? My goodness. Alright, that's frustrating. Jeez. Yes, we want to draw that. um, it puts 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll pass the turn and rain against our opponent here. Hopefully. Midnight clock. Yeah. We'll throw away a nest. We don't need another one. Push through damage. Is that our game plan here? At least we're getting sharks. Opponent's got 31, and oh, wow, we've got 16. What a battle! Our opponent definitely playing quite well in this game. Props to them. So if we cast the other Titans Nest, that'll leave us just one Whirlwind. I'm fine with that at this point. Our opponent's going to beat us on Sharks just because they have 2 Shark Typhoons. I'm not sure that trying to keep up is the way to go. Yep. Clock is moving towards 12. Accelerating the clock. Two cards in hand for our opponent. What could they be? What is double vision? Resolve the trigger. Oh, it didn't even give me a chance. I guess if you resolve it, I don't like the fact that I didn't get to look at it. Maybe cast your first instant, so just copy that spell. New targets. Okay. We definitely wanted to deny that. That's frustrating. I thought I could just resolve the triggers and then see the card. Maybe I accidentally clicked all, but I don't think I did that. Let's kill a shark. Make a shark. Our go wide strategy. Alright, so let's kill this shark and just push through damage. That's where we're at. Nine cards in the yard. Count it down to 1. Pulled up 2 denials here. Clock at 6. See what our opponent has to offer. Accelerating the clock to 7. What are those 2 cards? What could they be? Omniseas get cycled? Okay, that was what one of them was, but now they got a fresh one. Does not solve the mystery. Trying to get that clock up. Can we just pass the denial? Oh, opponent just scoops it up. Didn't get a chance to tell them good game, but that was an epic game. Well played to our opponent. But we were able to grind it out, and eventually one Shark Typhoon versus two Shark Typhoons ended up being the combination to win. That was epic. So we are 2 games into this video, but it's already 41 minutes, so I'm going to cut it short there. I will definitely throw this up. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay, especially that last game. It's long and grindy, not sure if that's your style of play, but definitely being able to come out with the win at the end was pretty awesome. I will take it. So thank you for sticking with us. If you're still watching, we will see you next time in the arena. Catch you on the flip side.